Yeah, but on JK, MRI just confirmed a sprained right ankle. He's going to be reevaluated in 3 weeks. That'll be coming in writing here shortly.
I mean, that's at least 11 games. How tough is that for you guys?
Yeah, brutal. JK has been playing so well, and obviously such a big part of what we're doing. And he's our most athletic scorer, finisher, and he's been playing so well. So it's a tough one. We do feel good about our depth and our ability to withstand his loss. So Kyle, Moses, those guys will get more of an opportunity, and I'm excited about that.
How much more of a, I don't know if burden's the right word, but how much more does this demand of Wiggins at the wing? And obviously last night he came up big in the second half with Jonathan out, but given their skill sets, how much does it sort of shift on him?
Yeah, for sure. It puts more of the scoring burden on Wiggs' shoulders, but he's up for that. And we'll just every game's going to feel different. Every game's going to be different based on matchups. So it's on all of us to figure out what's needed game to game. But Wiggs will definitely take on a big burden.
Hey, Steve. Good afternoon.
All right.
Moses Moody, whenever he plays, does well, but his minutes always seem to be kind of limited. What can he do to earn more playing time?
He's in a big logjam with a lot of guys. So last night, for example, I thought he played well, but I thought Buddy and Lindy were going great. So I stayed with them. So he's just got to continue to work and play the way he plays, and he's gonna get his chance, and I think he's really played well the last few games and given us a lift. He's just got to keep doing that.
Steve, from training camp on, how much have you seen Lindy grow as a complete player, as more than just a shooter, I would say?
Well, he's had that since camp. He's got a really good knack for making plays off the dribble. As a secondary playmaker, he sees the floor really well. The ball moves quickly when he's out there. He always makes the right pass, the right play, and he's a good defender too. So Lindy is much more than just a shooter, and he's showing that.
Coach Kerr, Mike Brown hasn't made a statement since December 27 when he was dismissed, but just want to know, had you reached out to him or talked to him, since that time, and was there anything conversation had?
Yeah, Mike and I have spoken, and obviously, all that remains private. But Mike's a great friend and great coach, and I'm still in shock. With the Kings coming here tonight, I'm in shock that he got fired. I mean, it's the job he's done the last couple of years, where that team is, where that franchise is now, compared to when he came aboard. We all go through stretch. We just lost 12 out of 15. Everybody in the league goes through stretches. Miami just lost by 35 at home to Utah. They're not firing Eric Spoelstra, right? It's like all of these issues that we face as organizations. It's a group effort, and we all share blame when things go wrong. And I just have a really hard time understanding with what Mike has done there, how that move was made, but it was made. So, I'll leave it at that.
Steve, how do you allow yourself to even begin to project when you might have, like Brandon and Gary, when your roster might be closer to being full yet, or do you just simply stay with what you know? Yeah,
we just stay with what we know and coach the game that's impending. I think we're trying, as we're trying to get to more consistent rotations, playing 9 or 10 instead of, 11 or 12 like we were early in the year. But the injuries always throw things for a loop. So we have to just adapt whenever that's called for.
What is kind of the updated status of Pajemski? You guys kind of have been calling him day to day, but I think this is 4 straight missed game.
Yeah, we were hoping that he'd be able to come back tonight. You know, originally this was kind of the date we circled, and didn't happen. He hasn't had a setback or anything. It just, you know, he's just not quite ready, and so we'll keep him at day to day, and we'll see what that means. It could be, yeah. I mean, we'll see, but. Like I said, we were hoping by now he'd be out there, but abdominal strains are always a little bit tricky, and you have to be careful with them.
You mentioned Kyle earlier. Obviously, is going to get some more playing time with Jonathan out. And I know last night you talked about his professionalism and being ready. I'm curious if you can speak to his style of play. I mean, it's kind of distinctive, given his nickname, and couldn't be more different than Kuminga, right? I mean, here's a young guy who's just explosive, and here's a veteran who's very deliberate and calculated, I guess.
Yeah. The whole thing with Kyle is his basketball IQ, his size. He's really a point forward, the way he handles and passes the ball. But he's 6'9", he sees over the defense, and then he has that pace that's unique to himself. So he's a very unique player, but a very effective player, and so we were lucky to get him, and you know, last night showed exactly why. You know, in a pinch when he's been out of the rotation for 3 or 4 games, keeps himself ready, just the ultimate pro, and helps us win a game. And now he's right back in the loop. So this is why you want guys like that on your team. I put Loon in the exact same category. You know, just professional players who help you win and then drive the culture at the same time. There's huge value in that.
I'm sure you've like tweaked or sprained your ankle before playing basketball. Is this the worst you've ever had?
I would say the worst. It's probably gonna take a little longer than usual, but I wouldn't say it's the worst.
Why do you think that just the way it's feeling right now, or why do you think
Just trying to heal better, trying to heal better, so it's gonna take a little time.
What's your frustration level of the timing of this? I mean, this is probably the point of your career that you seem to most to kind of be going like this.
That too. I just don't want to be off, I want to be out there playing, and I feel like our team is now taking off in the right direction, and I would love to just be out there.
Is it the inside or the outside of your ankle?
Outside.
What was kind of going through your mind when it happened? What was the emotion like, I guess, at the moment it happened? Did you know right away it was bad?
Nah, I definitely knew right away, because it just, once I landed on a guy, and it was sore right away, and that's why I just ran out, because I knew I wasn't coming back after that.
Are you usually a quick healer when it comes to things like this?
I'm still young, so my body,
Something tells me you're a quick
my
healer.
body healed faster.
We don't remember that.
I hope it healed faster this time, but last time I had an ankle, it healed faster, so.
They've ruled you out 3 weeks. I mean, do you feel like are you trying to beat that at all, or do you feel like where are you?
I mean, I would love to be back before the time, but I'm gonna take the process slowly, because I trust the guys behind the doors that know what they're doing. So I'm just gonna listen to them and just take it slowly until I heal well.
What was clicking so well for you in this last stretch of games that you were pretty much having the best stretch of games in your career?
Just the confidence and the trust coming from my teammate, from Steve himself, just having that trust and confidence, and a lot of talk with Steve, a lot of talk with AV, people I watch film with, and just talking about basketball, and them telling me that there is another level I still got to unload, that I didn't think about it, and just a lot of things started clicking.
Whether it's the role or anything else, is this the most comfortable you've ever felt before?
Father?
Whether it's the role or anything else, is this the most comfortable you've been on the floor?
I wouldn't say that. Nah. I feel like I'm always comfortable on the floor. There was a growth part, and I feel like it's just one of my growth time where, I'm seeing different things better than what I used to see before.
You talked about talking to Steve and other people. How much has Draymond helped? How has your relationship with him helped you sort of blossom easy?
I mean, as you guys know, me and Draymond had a relationship since I first got here. He's been in my side. He's been on my side every time. He's been in my corner helping me through all, the difficult times. Not just when I'm playing good, but anytime I'm struggling with something, he was always there, helping me and guiding me the right way. So, yeah.
Do you just focus on I know you're probably pretty discouraged today and maybe in some pain too. Do you just focus on the rehab and each day and so that you don't get kind of down? I mean, you were playing so well. And
it's still
part of
very fresh,
Yeah.
It's only a couple hours. I'm not happy with what happened, but, I would love to be out there, but I gotta say, I don't decide what's gonna happen, so, things
What did
happen.
you guys all, and what can you learn from having watched Clay? Everybody has seen what Clay did to come back. I mean, see an example for everyone. I know he's not in this locker room anymore, but
I mean, there's things that you take day by day, you never know. So I wouldn't even think about that far. I'm just concerned on how I'm gonna get better every single day, just watching film and being around my teammates, so I could just keep that same spirit and energy. But I'm not really worried about it that much.
There's obviously been, a level of uncertainty about your future, especially with, restricted free agency coming up, all that, the trade deadline a month away. Where are you at right now? How do you feel about kind of your place, organization?
I feel good. I feel good. Like I said before, you never know what's gonna happen, but I'm pretty confident where I'm at. And I feel good. And I feel good about where I'm at right now with everything that's going on here.
how long do you have to use the crutches? Do you think a week or
I'm not sure until I'm able to.
put some weight on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned Draymond helping you sort of down times. Any example of something he said to you or something he did to help you when maybe you were struggling with it?
It's not even just about big struggles. It's just about, let's say I messed up a play in a game, and he's the first guy to call me and say like, yo, I feel like you should have done this. You should have done this. Next time you see this action, you gotta do this. On defense, you gotta do that. Things like that help a lot. He doesn't just wait until everything blows up. He just, anytime you see something, he's not afraid to come to me and tell me about, you mentioned that.
Does it also help that he's been pretty outspoken publicly about he thinks you're going to be a star and how important you are to this team? Not just in the locker room. He said that to us many times. Does that matter to you? How much does that matter to you?
It matters a lot, having your faith, believing in you, seeing what you could be or who you could become, because I've Draymond know a lot of basketball. He's been around basketball for a very long time. And, it's not just saying things just to want to say, He says it out of love, So.
You said you've done this before to your ankle? Often or just once or twice?
I took my ankle a couple times.
Couple times?
Yeah, so